All right, looks like we're live, man. Give me a minute, guys. You guys know what I got to do. I got to check on here to make sure that everything gets synced up right. So whenever I go live like this, I'm actually streaming on multiple platforms. Not all the platforms I want to be streaming on, but multiples. So right now I'm currently on two TikTok pages and two YouTube pages. Later on, we're going to be expanded to LinkedIn. I'm going to be doing TikTok again. And when I say TikTok, no, two Facebook pages. Sorry, I'm on two Facebook pages and two YouTube pages right now. Later on, I'm gonna be jumping back on TikTok, LinkedIn, Twist, and then some Instagram. We got it coming, guys. We got it coming. So give me a minute to make sure that everything is synced up. I like to go over here and check and just look to make sure everything is good. So we look good. So what's up? What's up? How are you guys doing today, man? Hopefully, you guys are having a blessed and a prosperous day. Give me a minute, guys. Let me adjust my camera. Bring it up so my head is not being cut off. All right. So hopefully you guys are having a blessed and a prosperous day. If you're a first time viewer, I want to thank you for tuning in, checking out the feed, the show. If you're a loyal viewer, I want to thank you for continuous showing support. If you're unfamiliar with who I am, my name is Orville J. Parker, aka Coach, and I do this show, and this show changes. It changes. This is like a personal show that I use to talk about different things that I'm actually involved and interested in. All right, and it changes. And right now, I've been focusing on communicating all the cool stuff that we have planned for you guys who are looking to get prepared in your life. If you're looking to be self-reliant, prepare for events that can happen in your life that disrupt your life. We have the thing for you. And what I love about, excuse me, man, throat's dry. What I love about it is that we're putting together a 90-day program, right? And this 90-day program takes you through a process of getting mentally, physically, and what we call prepare for SHTF for something was to take place in the world that would really disrupt our way of living. So we're talking about it could be things from as normal as tornadoes, earthquakes, power outages, or it could be things more extreme. All right, such as EMP attacks, World War III. And what we do inside of SHTF Ops is that we give you kind of like a boot camp regiment that we've put together, and it's really really cool because with this program, if you guys don't know, I've been working with AI now for the last 2 years, programming and training my AIs and taking my AIs and learning how to use them in a way that allows for you to be able to maximize what they have to offer. And if you guys know anything about AIs, they say right now ChatGPT 5 is the equivalent of having PhD experts in anything that you want to know. Really think about that. And so one of the things that I did was me and my AI Vic, and it's really a team. Vic is an acronym for a team of different agents or different personas inside of that one AI that has been helping me do several things. Like we've been working on software. We did that for almost like 6 or 7 months. And so we created some software. Well, we didn't create it from the ground up, but we modified it and made it our own and turned it into our own version. We built a publishing company at the beginning of the year. We took about 5 months, and we went in and we created the frameworks and stuff for a publishing company. One of my expertise, I like to say my expertise, is research and clarity. So I know how to go in and research a subject in a way to where I'm able to extract exactly what I need out of that. But then I know how to connect the dots when I see what I see. And so now with AI, I've took that framework and I've went to my AI and say, okay, what can you do on your end that goes along with this, so we can create this really powerful and effective way of being able to, first of all, to go out there and to scan the landscape and to see what is what in a certain niche space, thought, ideal, or whatever, bring it back, analyze the data, and then according to what we want to do, how do we go in and how do we extract that data and organize it in a way to where we have some type of framework or training that we can turn around and teach someone basically what we just figured out. And that's what you're seeing here at SHTF Ops, is that we've done that now for preparedness and self reliance. And so, we live in a very, very, very um, uncertain world today, guys. When you look around, we got wars, rumors of wars. We're faced with financial adversity. There's a lot of things going on with culture and people not getting along. It's just a really weird time that we're living in. But one of the things that I've really thought about over the years is that the best defense against uncertainty is preparation. When you really think about it, it's preparation, the best defense against uncertainty. If you're let's say for instance, if you're the type of person where you recognize that we have a world where people do bad things, people want to harm you. Some people or evil people, they want to harm you. So you have a choice once you come to the conclusion. You can live in fear or you can live in confidence, right? Now, depending on who you are, who your personality type is going to determine how you kind of venture off on the way you see things. But one of the things I've always understood is that if you are prepared, you don't want to deal with stuff, but then it gives you the confidence to move around with an advantage, right? So you're not moving off of fear and worry. One of the things that I think I would hate the most in my life is not living my life or putting so many constraints on my life because I'm in fear, right? So back to what we were talking about, the analogy we was talking about protecting you and your family. One of the best ways to not move in fear and to not have to constrict your life so much because you understand that there is a world out there where people prey off of people and they're looking to harm you, your family, and things like that, is to prepare. Is to prepare, to learn how to do things that you need to do in order to protect your family. And that could be from a mental state of mind, learning how to think about things, how to look at things, situational awareness, how to avoid things, how to plan things out, all the way to gaining the skills that you need to physically protect your family, whether that means martial arts, some type of fighting skills, learning how to maneuver around firearms and knowing how to shoot and protect your family. Just learning everything that you need to learn to give you some type of chance and advantage to deal with that situation, right? And the more you prepare, the more at peace you can be. And one of the things I firmly believe is that we should never move out of fear. Fear is not a good place to live in, all right? And so the only way that we conquer fear is through what? Is through preparation and experience, right? And so that's kind of what I'm looking at when I look at what we're putting together. All right, what we're putting together inside of SHTF Ops. We are putting together the framework, right, for any individual to go out here and to prepare themselves mentally, physically, financially, and we call this our Core 90 program because the way it's going to operate, and guys, you're gonna have to work with me because I'm building in public. I'm building this as we talk to you guys. So there's going to be things that are going to keep getting enhanced, getting advanced, and things like that. But this concept I have been thinking about for a while, and actually, one of the crazy things, I done meshed a lot of things that I was working on into this one ideal. So a lot of this I've already thought through, already did the research. Like when it comes to things such as preparedness, prep, and stuff like that, guys, that goes back to the 90s for me. I was reading and looking at things then. All right. But just wasn't at that place in my life to do. All right. So a lot of this stuff, man, I had time to participate in, think about, figure out how I wanted to approach this. And so what I did was I told myself, I said, okay, Orville, look, you need to get things together on a different level. You need to get yourself back in shape or in better shape than you've ever been, because that's something that I've always told myself I wanted to do and wanted to conquer. I wanted to see what it was like to push myself to the limit when it came to being physically fit, and I've never done that, right? I need to lose weight now, and I'm blessed to say that I'm down now. I think about 12 pounds, so I'm doing good on that end. I've always wanted to just pursue learning, unhand combat. I used to do a little bit of Muay Thai in the past, and so I've been looking to get and study things like Krav Maga, get back into Muay Thai, maybe some Jiu Jitsu, things like that. So basically, what I did was I started looking around and I said, okay, what are some things that I've always wanted to do when it comes to this specific area? Whether it was learning, how to handle firearms and to become proficient in that, whether it was learning how to be able to survive off the land, how to be self-reliant, how to be able to do things off grid, just all these different things that I felt as a person that would challenge me, but things that I would want to learn. And if I learned it, it would give me the skill sets to be able to overcome a lot of different things in life, but be able to take that what I'm learning and this skill set and be able to pass it on to others so they could be prepared at a younger age than what I'm doing it at. Right. And so I started sitting down and I started designing out a program that I wanted to create for myself, right? And something that I wanted to do in order for me to hit all my deliverables and goals that I wanted to hit. And that's where you got SHTF ops from. All right. And guys, what I want you to understand, a lot of times it's not about what you do, it's who you'll become to have to do that. I want you to really let that sink in. If you're the kind of person out here and you've always been dependent on somebody else to protect you, then that's a different state of living than somebody that's been trained to protect themselves. All right. So the direct benefit is that you're going to benefit off of having the skill set to protect yourself, right? You're going to be more confident when you're moving around out there in life, and you're not going to be fearful. But the indirect benefit, which I think is even bigger than a direct benefit, is who you're going to have to become in order to do what it is that you're doing or done. See, the growth, the growth is what I'm after. All right. When you learn how to look at your life and say, okay, this is what I want to learn, this is what I want to do. And you learn how to do that so far out your comfort zone. Not just doing things that you know you could do, but doing things that you never knew you could do. And the person that you become in that process is invaluable because it's kind of like capacity, right? So if you think about it, everything in your life right now, who you are as a person, um, everything that you produce, contribute, be, is all based off of your beliefs, your thoughts, all right, and your actions and your disciplines, habits up until this point. And what I like to tell people is you got to look at your life like capacity. It's like a vessel, like a container, right? I don't care how much wishing, wanting, praying, hoping I want to do. This vessel, this container is only capable of holding the capacity of this container. So let's say this represents life. Okay. This represents life. I can only hold, obtain, acquire in my life the capacity of this vessel. Now, if life wants to give me what's equal to like a bathtub, all right, um, I can't put it here. It won't fit here. All right. I don't care how much wishing and hoping I want to do, it will not fit here because my vessel is not big enough. The capacity is not there to hold it. And that's kind of how I look at life and when you're looking at things. When you start operating in imagination, you start seeing something different in your life that you want, something different, who you want to become. To me, that is validation that you can do it because you can see it, right? And now, what you have to do as a person now is you have to say, okay, what do I need to do to expand my capacity? To expand my capacity to believe, to expand my capacity to do. What do I need to do? And that's kind of what we're doing here at SHTF Ops. I've looked at the situation. I say, okay, I need to expand my capacity in a lot of different areas. Okay, I need to get way more prepared than what I am for disruptions in our life, for catastrophic things. I need to get way better at being able to handle protection for myself and my family. I need to get way better at figuring out how to create what we call financial resilience, how to go out here and in entrepreneurship and develop out and build out my own income streams. So I'm never going to be dependent on a 9 to 5 again. All right. I need to get way better at being able to manage my health so that way I can make sure that I'm around for my family, right? So all these different things that you think about and you say, okay, in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to become somebody different than who I've been up until this point. Because if I had the capacity to do it, then I would have done it. Now, guys, watch this. I want you to catch this. I want you to catch this. Part of capacity is will to and discipline, right? And this is one of the things I learned and understood. And when I did, man, it literally changed my life. But it can hit you hard. It can hit you hard if you don't handle it the right way. When you start learning and understanding that your life is a exact representation of your beliefs, your disciplines, your habits up until this point, and everything in your life is a direct result of what you did and what you didn't do. All right. And once you start understanding that, you have to take some accountability and some responsibility for wherever you're at in your life, right? But then you have to look at your life and say, okay, the only limitations I have in my life are the limitations that I put on myself. If I can look out in the world and I can see somebody else that's that went out and attained a result that I want, then I could do it. But even bigger than that, guys, if you have something that you're holding in your mind that you want to do and nobody else has done, you still could do that also. All right. And so one of the things that I think a lot of people struggle, and I've struggled with this myself, is we struggle with consistent strength, with being strong consistently across every area of our life. See, when you think about it, man, you have to think about it. Society today, man, they want you to be weak. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. They want you to be soft. They want you to be dependent. And things that I'm talking about in SHTF Ops in the direction that I want to go with this program is that we're gonna put together the building blocks and figure out where we need to be strong at, and then we're gonna get strong. We're gonna get mentally strong. We're gonna get physically strong, and we're gonna get strong in our skill sets. So that way we can build our families, we can build ourselves into the vessels that we need to become in order to be able to deal with and manage and handle and thrive in any type of environment that we have. And that right there to me, that's the solution to uncertainty. That's the solution to uncertainty. And so one of the things that I want to stress and one of the things I want to communicate about SHTF Ops, it's going to be who you're going to have to become to do the things that we're laying out here. And guys, understand this is all beginner friendly, man. We're not talking about going out and doing some super crazy stuff yet. All right, we're gonna have more advanced levels inside of here. But entry level, we're talking about beginner, man. We're taking a person, man, that's been sitting down on their couch, hitting that button, watching that Netflix and eating, and you're overweight, and you're sitting, and you're telling yourself, well, look, I need to get my weight, and I need to get this. I need to get this under control. And you've always wanted to be disciplined in this area. You always wanted a different picture when you looked in the mirror, but you just didn't have the discipline, the follow through, the desire, or even just the steps in a simple blueprint to do it. That's what we're going to be doing here, guys. We're going to be giving you guys that basic training in a sense, and that's what I look at this. I went in today, man, I got up today and I was had some things that I was thinking about, and I went to Vic, my AI. I say, help me articulate this, Vic. And we started designing out some things that would allow me to be able to communicate with you guys more of the vision of what I'm seeing with SHTF ops. And one of the things I see it as is basic training for civilians. I've never was in the military. Wanted to go when I was younger. I almost went, but never went. My father was a Marine. All right, but I've always been intrigued by the conditioning and the discipline of the military. And so over the years, I've watched a lot of guys who was in the military, a lot of guys who weren't in the military, start getting off into things such as preparation, just different things. They started learning how to live this disciplined life that we see in our armed forces and stuff as civilians. And I watched how what that done to them as they started working on their minds, toughening their minds up and working on their bodies and their skill sets and things like that, a lot of these guys transformed into versions of themselves that they never would have dreamed of. And that's the thing that I want for you guys, man. When we think about it, that's what I'm after. That's what I'm after. That's why I built what I built and I'm doing what I'm doing is because I want that transformation. I'm a firm believer that your story isn't over till you leave planet Earth, right? So regardless of how old you are, if you're a young 18-year-old or you're a 60-year-old or you're somebody 54 like me, you're going to be able to get in here and you're going to be able to tap into what we're doing here at STHF Ops. And there's no set way to do this, guys. What I did was I've laid out a program for you guys, and it's being developed as we go, right? So you guys are part of my beta, all right? But we're laying it out in a way to where it makes sense, and you can start approaching and attacking some of these things in your life. But we're going to be modifying it as we go, right? We've made it beginner level, but at the same time, it challenges you because I'm gonna tell you guys, I was at the gym the other day, going through one of our days of WODs, workouts of the day, and what we do is we've incorporated a SEAL training into our training regimen here, and so we took some of the things that some of the philosophies and concepts and approaches that the SEALs took. And we've added to here. So one of them is our calisthenics, our body weight exercises, our WODs, and we have what we call these WODs, and you might do like 4 exercises, and you would do like 3 or 4 rounds of them. Okay, and if you haven't been exercising, man, if you haven't been exercising, those WODs are just enough to challenge you, man. But the cool thing that we're doing, even like what our exercise regimen is that we make it approachable to beginners. So you could modify it. So, like for example, in the one that I just done, right, it was 20 push-ups, 20 air squats, it was 10 burpees and 20 sit-ups. And you can go at the pace you want to go at. So like you had to do those rounds 3 times, okay, with 1 minute rest in between, and which I didn't do. All right, because I'm out of shape. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, and so but you can modify it, right? So you get in there and you say, okay, let me bang out these push-ups. You hit 10. You say, okay, wow, well, I'm kind of out of shape, man. I can't do these 20. So you rest a couple minutes. And then you hit 5. Then you hit 5. Or you rest a couple minutes and do 10. Then you work your way through. So you modify it to the pace that you can go at. And as you keep going, you're going to get better, more stronger, more conditioned, right? But we have this set up, man, to almost like basic training. Because when you think about it, in basic training, you go 10 weeks. Now, we won't be able to hold you guys' attention and work the heck out of you all day long for 10 weeks like you can in the military, but we can give you what we believe is a regiment that would get you in way better shape than what you were in 2 months. All right, because we have a 4 week program and a 4 week program, and then I'm working on us another 4 week program to make it a 90-day run. Right, but right now we have 4 weeks and 4 weeks, but it's things like that, guys. That when you look at what we're doing here at SHTF Ops, you have to think about who you're going to have to become to do this, right? And one thing that I understand, because I understand who I'm trying to become, is that I rather be the person that I'm looking to become than the person that I am right now. And I'm willing to do what it takes to become that person. And one of the best places for you to live in your life is in constantly challenging yourself. It's outside your comfort zone. And your growth takes place in the hard things, right? The things that your body or your mind necessarily don't want to do. And so, guys, I invite you guys. I invite you to plug in. We're getting ready to open these doors up, and and I really don't. Yeah, I'm really going to keep spreading the word and being an evangelist on this. I'm gonna be coming to you guys daily, just sharing with you guys my results with the program and what I'm doing, and then just talking to you guys about different things. But I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna go through it whether you join it or not. And there's gonna be other people that's gonna join and gonna plug into this eventually, whether you do or not. And the thing that you have to ask yourself is, are you content and happy with who you are at this point? If something was to disrupt your financial reality, your job or whatever, what would you do? How would you provide for your family? If you woke up tomorrow and you couldn't go to work and you couldn't get another job in 90 days, how would you provide for your family? What would you do if you woke up in the morning and there was no electricity and it couldn't come back on? That we have been dealt a bad hand, an EPM, um, hit the world. All right, EMP hit the world, and now there's no electricity. All right, how would you survive? What if that's in dead winter? Do you have in your home base things that can allow your family to survive? Most people would die within the first week of freezing to death, no water, things like that. Because you guys got to imagine, man, when you start thinking about major disruptions and things like that, in the first week, some people might make it, man. You get to that second week, boy, it's gonna be hell on wheels if you don't have any food, you don't have any water, you don't have any heat, and it's winter. Are you guys follow what I'm saying? So, who you have to become to get stronger, to get more skilled, to get more prepared. That version of you is very valuable because once you get that inside of you, nobody can take that away from you. All right. You have a good chance now at being able to deal with and overcome all the different adversity that may present itself to you. Be able to protect your family, man, provide for your family. All right. And me, man, I think I just want to tap into my inner badass, man. I want to see who I can become. And I'm approaching it just like you guys, man. I'm approaching it just like you guys. Man, I really am. I'm approaching it just like you guys. I'm starting from ground zero. So when I'm doing my exercises, my knees are popping. I'm tired. You know, I'm just like you guys. But the cool thing is, guys, I get to see it from the inside out. So I know what we've put together. I know what I have planned for you guys, and it's going to be really, really cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take you guys inside and kind of show you guys what we have on the table so far. Give me a minute, okay? Let me get some things prepared. All right. So now, you guys, I want you to understand that I have way more than enough now to let you guys in. I really do. But I think I'm gonna do it any day soon. And we're gonna start doing what we call a soft launch, letting people in. But then I'm just gonna keep adding because I have a lot more that I need to add. All right. And I'm trying to get things dialed in so I can just focus on this next section here this week. All right, but we're gonna roll. But everything as far as the value is already there. This is all extra stuff I'm adding. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me log on. All right, so you guys should be looking at SHTF Ops school landing page and a tactical 90-day path to readiness, build skills, gear up, and stay prepared because failure isn't an option. And then we have a little content. I'm fixing to change this because I just created a new um, a new some new copy for this page. But this is the page. It's 120 a year, $10 a month is what it works out to be. And right now I'm still teetering if I'm just gonna let people in for the $10 a month, they just pay monthly, or if I'm gonna do the whole 120 a year. I don't know yet. I'll decide over the next couple of days. Okay, but when you come here, bam, community. So this is going to be the lifeblood of what we're doing, because this is going to be the place where you're going to be able to communicate, talk. This will be the place where I'll be putting short articles and things like that, and just adding new content to the community that doesn't need to go into what we call the classroom, where we have the full courses and training and things like that. And basically, the way it works is this is just like your timeline on social media, like Facebook. The newest stuff will be at the top, the older stuff will be at the bottom. You come here, you see something, you click on it, you click on that see more, and you can read it. All right. Now, the cool thing about going with the school platform for SHCF OPS is that it comes with a free app that you can download. And so everything that you see here on the desktop, you can see it even better on the mobile version of the app. All right, but you'll be able to read here. You can leave comments. Like if I wanted to leave a comment here, I can leave a comment here. I can say this is cool. You could share videos, pictures, and things like that. And this is where all the discussion would take place. Okay, and members are going to be able to start threads, and then admins will be able to start threads. All right, but we're going to also have this feature here where we have video attached here. We're going to be able to go live, and so we're going to do video calls. We're going to do live calls. We're going to do a lot of cool things that's going to be community based with video once we get going. But we'll be able to go live right here in the community, which is going to be cool, super cool. All right. Another thing is I haven't done anything with this. I need to put a event on here so you guys can see. Let me see if I can create one right quick. So we're gonna say but we got a calendar system. We're gonna say launch call, and we're gonna make this October the 22nd. Okay, because I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this to kind of show you guys this. We're gonna say it's gonna be 1 hour. Location a launch. In the first 90 days. All right. And then we're going to add a cover. I'm just trying to show you guys what an event looks like. All right. So let's see. Let's add something different. Okay. So we'll add something like this. We'll do something different. Do something different. All right. See if that'll process that. All right. And then we're going to add it here. Okay, because I wanted you guys to see this. So here's the calendar, right? So here I'll be able to put events, different things like that. So you guys will be able to come to the calendar, click on it, and you'll be able to see what's going on added to your calendar, things like that, which is really, really cool. All right. As we get members, you'll be able to click here and see who all is in the in the group and stuff like that. All right. And you'll be able to see a map of our members and where everybody's located at, which is going to be cool. We're going to have leaderboards where you're going to be able to unlock different things as you engage and participate in the group, and we're going to give different levels, prizes, things like that for that. All right. So I'm gonna pause this for 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna pause it for 1 minute. All right, guys. So I'm back. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you guys the sauce, man. Show you where everything is now. So when you think about SHTF ops, I want you guys to think about it on several levels. All right. I want you to think about it on several levels. And let me kind of zoom back in. So I want you guys to think about it on several levels. So one of it, the main level is it's a 90-day program, right? It's built for you to go through it over the course of 90 days. So we have what we call some rapid launch things that you do immediately. So you get some immediate results. But this is a 90-day program. So over those 90 days, you're going to be changing your mind, your body, and your skill set. Then what my plan is that As we get to going here, me and Vic, we're going to be working on a second 90-day program, which will be like a more advanced program. And the cool thing is that you as individuals, you're going to be able to repeat the 90-day programs. You remember how you used to see like you remember how Power 90 used to be out and you would do so many rounds of that Power 90 cycle? That's kind of what you're going to do with SHTF ops. But that's going to be more on the physical side of it because once you've, how can I say this? Once you've got to a certain level of prepping in your home, what you're going to be doing is just rotating and adding to it slowly. You won't literally be building out again. Like once you bought your first generator, you got your generator. You won't be constantly buying generators. So that part of it's just going to be more like enhancement. But the workout part, the leadership part, things like that is where you're going to be able to just constantly keep leveling up. And it can be even like one of the things that we're going to be doing is in the program we're showing you how to share content. You know how to get on social media and talk about your transformation and what you're going through. And you don't have to talk about the preparedness part of it. You could talk about the workout part, the mental part, if you want to. But now, if you're comfortable talking about the preparedness part, you could talk about that also too. But and one of the things that we're going to ask you to do is put out a video every day, not talking about us, just talking about you and what you're going through, right? And so that's going to be 90 days that you're going to have to communicate this. And then what you do is that if you have anybody that's interested in plugging into the system, and this is something that I forgot to tell you about, we're going to have an affiliate program. So let's say, for instance, it's $10 a month, it's $120 for the year. And you're creating content, you're sharing with people your transformation, what you're going through, your wins, and things like that. And somebody says, "Okay, how can I get access to that?" Well, you're going to get a link here that you can share with people. It's a link that's programmed to you, and when you share that link and somebody decides to join the program, then we're going to pay you a 50% commission for referring that person to us. And the reason we're doing this is because we're not going to go out and run any ads or do anything like that right now. So we rather take the money and give it to you for word of mouth referrals. And so that's going to be one of the cool things there. All right. All right. So let me show you guys. Let me go back into this. Okay. So here's where we're at so far on things. I like coming here and showing you guys. Okay. So this is where you start at. So you come here, we have and everything that we've created, we do it in a way to where you can consume it without having to spend a lot of time consuming it. So we broke it down into small pieces, if that makes sense. So you come here and you're able to read over and you're able to get a gist of what we're doing here, what the concept for the program is here. All right. Then when you come here, we kind of build this out for you inside right here so you can see what this looks like. So we kind of we relate this to basic training for modern preppers. Okay, so we have the mission objective. Like our mission objective is to transform everyday civilians into capable, confident, self-reliant individuals who can protect, provide for, and lead their families through any disruption from natural disasters to full system collapse. SHTF Ops isn't about fear, it's about readiness, discipline, and freedom through self reliance, right? Core training goals, mental and physical condition. You'll be pushed to build both mental toughness and physical readiness. Preparedness isn't just about gear, it's about grit. The challenge develops your resilience, endurance, and never quit mindset through simple but demanding daily actions. Discipline and teamwork. You'll learn to operate with the purpose, discipline, organized, consistent, and calm under pressure. While this is an individual mission, you'll also learn the importance of building your survival squad, trusted people you can rely on when systems fail. Fundamental skills. You'll master the core skill set of modern survival: bug out bag, load out basics, water, food, and shelter readiness, communications and navigation, defense, safety, and first aid, and sustainable self sufficiency, which is income, food, and power. All right. Then preparedness culture. You'll adopt the mindset of prepared living, not paranoia, but peace of mind. Like the military has its customs and values, SHTF Ops has its own principles: readiness, resilience, responsibility, and resourcefulness. All right, leadership development. Every student of SHTF Ops is trained to be a leader, capable of guiding their family or small group when others panic. You'll develop calm decision making under stress and learn to take ownership of your situation no matter what's happening around you. Winnowing process. All right, not everyone completes the mission. The trainer identifies those willing to take responsibility for themselves and their loved ones, separating the talkers from the doers. Those who stay the course will earn the title of SHTF operator, fully capable and mission ready. All right. And number 7, resource from this. In survival, the greatest weapon isn't your gear, it's your ability to adapt, improvise, and overcome. Resourcefulness means using what you have where you are to get the job done. You'll learn to think like a problem solver, how to repurpose tools, find solutions under pressure, and create options when it looks like there is none. Because in any crisis, it's not the one with the most supplies who survives, it's the one who can make the most out of what they got. All right, the motto: preparedness isn't paranoia, it's peace of mind, and readiness is a discipline, resilience is a lifestyle. Okay, which is really, really cool, man. We got that dialed in good. All right, and then we talk about the process here. Like, one is the mindset part. We give you that here, and we talk about and get you prepped for the whole approach to the mindset. And then we also, so this is the mindset framework. We like to call them frameworks. So we giving you a system to use to be able to think as you go through the course. That's what this is. Okay. Then the operator's journaling system, we introduce a framework that you're going to do where daily you're going to journal. All right. So you're going to sit down and have a meeting with yourself, and you're going to go through certain prompts where you discuss certain things with yourself and document things such as challenges you may have came face to face with that day, things that you think you need to work on, weak links, things like that. But we have a systematic way for you to do this, and it's not going to take a lot of time. But you're going to sit down and you're going to spend about 10 to 15 minutes a day doing this. All right, and then here is your rapid readiness loadout. This is actually a a quick a quick system that we put together for you to get some type of preparedness in place within the first 24 hours. So we show you how to put a level 1 bug out bag together, and this is the blueprint. This is what you need to do here, and it really ties into here. All right, so here is the 90-day program here. All right, so this is phase 1 of the program. Let me see. I need to change something here. Um, okay, I just want to make sure I had it all out. So this is the Core 90 phase 1 readiness challenge. Okay, so it's 3 parts to this. Okay, which is really, really cool. But when you get done here, man, your family is going to have a level and a state of readiness that you would never imagine. You're going to be in a state and a level of readiness because you're going to be doing through 90 days of training regiments, fitness regiments. It's going to be good, guys. But we have it here, and we broke it down in weeks, right? And so, like in this week 1, rapid readiness loadout, mission objective to get 72-hour basic capability within 24 hours. And back on the other page, when we had that rapid loadout, that level 1 bug out bag, that was the blueprint to do what you're going to be doing here. So if you hear here, it says, first thing, identify your top 3 potential SHTF threats: natural, economic, societal. Create and print a family emergency contact and communication plan. Number 3, build your 24-hour rapid readiness loadout, your basic bug out bag. And that's what we had laid out in this other section here, in the getting started section, is rapid readiness loadout. Okay, so that's it right there. All right, guys, I'm excited about this, man. I think this is going to change a lot of people's lives, man. All right, and then number 4, store it in an accessible location. So we do that. Then this is where you're going to start your exercise regimens from day 1. Begin 20-minute daily walk, start conditioning, and then conduct a what if family conversation based scenario talk. Are you guys follow what I'm saying? Now this right here happens at the same time this is happening here. And if you notice, we got it laid out in a certain way. All right. Is when because from day 1, you're going to start your workout program. And this is really cool because we've created a hybrid program based off the SEALs body weight regiment and other programs that we've seen out there. We came up with a really cool approach to this that incorporates body weight workouts. But then if you want to lift, we also have a lifting program that we added to this that goes along with this. All right. So as soon as you start doing that Core 90, you're going to also be doing the first 4 weeks of this SEAL program that we put together, which is really, really cool. And we give you the exercises like here on day 2. 30-second high knees, 20 jumping jacks, 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, and 200 millimeter jog or brisk walk. All right, 200-meter jog or brisk walk. And you do 5 rounds of that. 5 rounds of it, guys. Let's do something right here. Let me see something right quick. Give me 1 minute, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right, so like I had to go to Vic and get some. Even gonna have to go to Vic to get some measurements on this. All right, so part of this condition is 200-meter jog or brisk walk, and I asked my AI, I say, how far is 200 meters? He said roughly 2 football fields. Each field, including end zones, is about 100 yards. So it's 2 football fields. So guys, follow what this round looks like right here. So you're going to do 30 knee highs or knee raises, 20 jumping jacks, 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups. Then you're going to run the length of 2 football fields. So you're going to run down 100 yards, run back 100 yards, and then you're going to do this rotation again. All right, this is the conditioning of it. So when I tell you guys that we got you, and then there's different days. Okay, so this program is going to be it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be cool. So this workout program is going to be right on point. All right, so we got that. All right, then we also, let me make sure that my everything is tracking right. Okay. Then we also have the marketplace. Now, right now, I have in it a framework for you to start making money in what I call the business with the least resistance, right? And that's flipping. So here in this training here, I walk you through the mindset and the concept of how to start building cash flow by flipping things. All right, things that you have in your house, things that you no longer need, but then also things that you can find out there in the marketplace that's undervalued that you can turn around and flip. And we have a whole course back here, guys. And I'm gonna be adding to this, other business models that you can use, because one of our pillars is what is becoming self-reliant when it comes to our finances and how we obtain our finances, not just managing our finances, but how we our input. So not dependent on a 9 to 5 job, but figuring out ways to start making money, right? So that's going to be in this marketplace, Mary. All right, and then here, all right, here's another good training that we put in here. And so again, I want you guys to understand our whole goal is to give you guys what you need to survive, right? And with the hopes that you never have to use it. So we hope that you're able to go through all the programs and make it to the 90 days. But if God forbids, if something happens, we've gave you something at the beginning, such as your rapid response bug out bag and your daily training, at least so you can be kind of prepared, right? But our whole wish, goal, prayer is that nothing ever happens. So you're able to make it through the 90 days in the 90 days. All right. But if something hits the fan, this is something that you want to be studying right off the bat. Is this one here. All right. And this is our 90-day survival program that was built from from information that we obtained from an expert in surviving things. All right, like this. And this was a Green Beret. All right, and so we went in and we were able to extract the information that we need. We took it and we organized it and we added to it and we created this course. All right, and guys, you need to look over this course here, and it's going to give you this is worth the value of it in itself, because this is a very valuable training here. But this tells you what to expect and what's going to be expected of you if you're going to survive. All right, 90 days of a collapse in our world. All right, so this is really SHTF. Okay, and that's what this is here. All right, so very Good. Very, very good. And guys, the other thing is that I am going to be making all the training and modules available by PDF. So not only would you be able to read it here and on your cell phones and things like that, but you'll be able to print it out also too. So I'm gonna be making those available. But this is a very, very powerful course here. All right, surviving the first 90 days. Okay. Then we have this here, which is our Bitcoin Prepper Playbook. I believe Bitcoin is one of the best hedges against any type of disruption, anything that happens. Bitcoin, gold, and silver. So in this section, we're breaking down Bitcoin, keeping it simple, just showing you how to go about the process. And guys, I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there: we're not financial experts or anything like that, so make sure you do your research. But we've put together a training that's going to show you how to go about and start buying Bitcoin, how to store it, and how to look at it from a prepper standpoint, from a survival standpoint. Okay, so we got a full course on that for you guys. All right. Downloadable ebooks. Now, this is another section that I'm working on, guys. And guys, I want you to understand when I tell you guys, all right, I have so much value that I want to bring you guys, but I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to overwhelm you. So what we have inside of a SHTF ops up to this point is way more than enough, way more than a lot of you will ever need. All right, if you can just do what we have in here right now, your family is going to be way better prepared, way better prepared. All right, but in the spirit of constant improvement, I am adding a lot of things that I think that you guys need to have. Like one of the things that I've done, and I'm gonna be teaching you guys in here, is how to create this survival learning system that you protect. So I show you how to take a portable power bank, an old cell phone, and how to take and load that joker up with manuals and books and videos and things like that. And then I show you how to use Faraday bags that will survive EMP shocks, and I show you how to put all that stuff in there. And so if something does hit the fan, you can always power that cell phone up, and all your books and all your trainings are on there. But one of the things I also stress is that you guys need to print out a lot of the manuals and stuff. I went out and bought me a binding machine, you know, the kind that does like the little plastic circle binders. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking a lot of these military manuals and things like that I'm gonna be providing to you guys, and I'm printing them out. And so I'm gonna have hard copies of them. So I'm gonna have hard copies of these so I can sit down on my table, go through them, mark them up, study them, and stuff like that. But then I also have digital copies because one of the things I always think about when it comes to survival and just preparedness, that what do you do after you did survive? And so a lot of times, you know, we need information. And so one of the things I've been really conscious on is putting together information that I think you would need to prepare you for surviving, but then information you would need also if you did survive. And so that takes you to the downloadable library. And now, again, guys, this is one of the areas I say that I really, really going to get to working on. But I'm trying to be conscious because I don't want to give you guys too much to where you'll be focused on this and not on the training and stuff like that. But we have some really cool things here, like here. This is one of the U.S. Army survival manuals. This alone, no, I want you guys to see the level of content that's here. Okay, and you guys will be able to download this as soon as you get access. And we got a lot of the military manuals that we're going to be putting up. And this is all created by our government to teach our soldiers how to survive out there. All right, and we're passing this on to you guys. All right, and I'm also going to turn you guys onto an app. It only costs $5, guys. I know on iOS it only costs $5, and it has all these manuals already preloaded on the app. And the cool thing is that that app works whether you're connected to the internet or Wi-Fi or not. It works even if you have no internet and no Wi-Fi, even no electricity, because we show you how to charge your phones off of these solar power banks that we're going to be telling you guys what to go get. But this is just one manual, guys. Just one manual. Are you guys seeing the level of information? All right, this is just one manual here. We're still going. And we have, right now, I have about 15 of them here. All right. So that's our downloadable ebook section. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is going to be key, guys. Here. So one of the things that I pride myself on is being able to do research, right? To be able to go out there to the marketplace and be able to see what is what. And then once I'm able to verify a resource is credible, then I start looking at what does that resource offer. And what I try to look at is a lot of YouTube channels, listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. And so what I did was I've been able to go out there and identify ones that produce content that I think are very high value based content. And again, I have to do it in the spirit of not overwhelming you guys or giving you too much information. But in the section that I'm showing you here, I start curating some different trainings that I think would be valuable to the community. And then I have two pieces of AI software that I've been building out and training that I use. One is one that I can feed any video into, and the AI will watch the video, read the transcript, extract the data that we need out of it. Then the AI will organize the data in a way, in a framework, and a training that we can consume it. So you can watch the video, but then you also will have this add-on, which is like a training companion that's made up from the video, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like. And so this is something that we do here, and it's something that I kind of spearheaded a while back on some of my other projects that I brought over into this right here. So it gives us a unique advantage when it comes to consuming good content out there. So first of all, we've created a system to where we're able to identify what good content is, and then we're able to extract out of the content what we need to extract. And I'm gonna kind of show you guys what that look like. So give me a minute. Let me pull up one. All right, so we're gonna do this here. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. All right, so here's one: 20 extreme stealth camping tips and techniques. Where in this video, this expert teaches you how to camouflage your camping. So, like if SHTF shit hits the fan, and we're trying to hide out for 72 hours so things calm down, then we need to do that in a way to where if somebody's looking for us or somebody's looking to prey off us, they can't do it. And so if you look at it here, there's a video for you to watch. We put the video here, but then we ran this through our AI, and our AI was able to go in and extract all the core points and ideas and turn around and to organize it as a framework to help you consume and take action on the information in the video. All right, which is very, very powerful. And we're going to be doing this for all of the content that we add back here. Okay, which is just way more training. Now, what this allows me to do is this allows me to do what it is that I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to be the expert. I'm not the expert. All I did was build out something that I want and need. And then I turned around and wrapped it inside of a school group and stuff and making it available to you guys. All right. But I am a capitalist, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not giving it to you, but I will allow you to get access to it for a little bit of investment. But I constantly look for content that I think that I need to learn either now or eventually. And so I'm organizing this. So that's where this whole section comes from. So I'm like, okay, well, let me do this right here, make this available. And then I have my AIs that I've built out that I've put on this. And now we get this unique way of being able to consume this content, but being able to go in and use it, right? And you guys are going to be able to benefit from that. Okay, so hopefully you guys, man, hope you guys are jiving with this, man. We're getting ready to open this thing up, man. We're going to open it up here over the next day or so, and we're going to get the rock and roll. And like I said, I'm going to keep coming on here making videos where I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I'm learning, what I'm doing. And then if you guys want to rock, man, you're going to be able to jump in, pay your 120, and you're going to get access to it. Again, I don't know if I'm just going to do it 10 a month, which I think I am. All right. But you never know. I might wake up and say, okay, well, I'm going to do it 120 at one time. It's the same thing. One is I'll let you do about a month. One, I'll let you do it all up. We don't know yet. So I'll decide that at the end. All right. But I know both ways is a value. All right. Orville J. Parker, a.k.a. Coach,